Good afternoon, everybody. Colin here with Techout, and today we are going to be taking a look at the Honeywell X8S Smart Thermostat. These have been out for a little bit now, but when I was looking for a new thermostat, I was not able to find any actual reviews of this thermostat. I was just finding a lot of Honeywell videos and stuff like that. So I did purchase these on Amazon. This one was about $219, and then I also have the one downstairs that has the sensor, which is about $249 if you want to get the sensor bundled with it. And what that sensor allows you to do is just place that in another room if you want to average the temperature between the thermostat and another room or multiple rooms, or if you have your thermostat in a bad place, you can use the temperature from the sensor that you can place wherever to get a more accurate reading. And I'll show you some of those features here in the thermostat once we get to it, but just note this thermostat does not have any sensors connected to it. So this screen right here is going to be your kind of idle screen. You can see when the video started it did dim down, so it has two different brightness settings, the active screens and then the idle screen you can set an independent brightness for. So this right here, these are customizable. Again, I will show you those within the thermostat when we get into the settings, but this is the one I have chosen here. And this just shows you your outdoor temperature and humidity, your indoor temperature and humidity, and then an hourly forecast down here on the bottom. If we tap to wake it up, give the camera a second to adjust there. It is kind of bright white screen, but this is going to be your home screen right here. You can see we have the weather and the time up on the top there. We have the temperature inside right here, and then we have your set temperatures right here. It will only display one of these if you have it on heat or cool, but I have mine set to auto, so if it went to if it was 74 degrees or above, it would activate cooling mode, and then if it's 68 degrees or below, it will activate heating mode to bring it up to the set temperature of 68. As you can see, it's only 52 degrees outside today, so it is running in heat mode mostly, but it was actually up to 80 the past 2 days, so cool mode did kick in during the day a couple times. And then if you tap, you can see it goes back to the idle screen there if you don't have any activity. You can also set this to proximity detection, so when you walk up to it, it will come up to this screen. But this isn't a hallway, and I don't need it waking up every time I walk by it, so I have it set to tap. And then if we tap on the weather right here, you can see it'll pull up your local weather, the same hourly forecast that it shows on the idle screen. And then you can also tap over right here to your 5-day forecast. So that's pretty nice if you have this, in a centrally located place in your home. It's a good spot. You can just stop by and check the weather as you need. You can also see down here you have your indoor humidity and your air quality. So this actually measures indoor air quality, carbon dioxide, volatile organic compounds, and your indoor humidity, and it will actually give you a graph if you tap on the little eye icon right there for each one, telling you what they are, what the ideal levels are, and show you on a graph where you fall within those levels. If you tap modes here, you get your different heat modes, or your different modes rather, your off, auto, cool, emergency heat, and heat. This is connected to a heat pump system, so the emergency heat obviously just bypasses the heat pump and uses the electric heat strips by themselves. Whereas heat, it can use both of those together. You have your fan settings right here, which are auto, on, and circulate. Auto will only run the fan when you are using your HVAC, so your cooling or heating is actually on. If you turn it on, it will just run the fan continuously, despite or independently of whether or not the actual AC or heat are running. And then circulate will run the fan every once in a while to just circulate air. If you're say your temperature inside is kind of matching what it is outside, and your AC is not having to run that often, your heat's not having to run that often, you can just circulate the air every once in a while so you don't get stale air inside. In your settings here, we have priority. So if you had different room sensors, you would see them here, and you can select multiple sensors to average temperatures throughout different rooms, or you can choose active rooms, and that will actually use the presence detection on the thermostat and on the sensors to prioritize rooms that people are actually in. So you can set that up here. And then we have the schedule. So you can set the schedule right here. You can group days together. You can set single days. Somebody's pretty much here all the time. So we just use a wake and a sleep schedule. So we just don't have the away and the home set. So during the day, when we wake up at 7 a.m., heat will be set to 68 and cool will be set to 74. And again, that is in auto mode, so it will keep those temperatures regardless of what the temperature is outside, because it will automatically switch between heat and cool as needed. And then sleep, we have it set to 65 and cool set to 72. So in the winter, when it's colder outside during the night, it doesn't have to run the heat as much, and it's a little bit cooler for sleeping at night. And then same thing for the air conditioning. When it's a little bit cooler during the night, it can run the AC a little bit more and get it to a lower set point for sleeping a little bit cooler. Weather, that just takes us back to the same weather page that we saw before that you can get to from the home screen. Air quality, again, same air quality screen that you can get to from the home screen. Devices and sensors, that is where you go if you want to add the additional sensors, if you buy them after the fact, or if you get one as a bundle and you don't set it up when you initially set the thermostat up in the setup process. You can click add right there and you can add those sensors. Wi-Fi, that's just going to be your Wi-Fi settings. One cool thing about this thermostat is you don't have to set that kind of stuff up in the app. You can actually connect to a Wi-Fi network right here because it's got a large enough touchscreen so you can actually get a keyboard on there and type in your Wi-Fi password and stuff like that. Connect app just goes into the little app pairing mode. You can see it's already registered with the app, so that right there just lets you pair that again if you don't have it connected. Preferences right here, date and time. You have your display settings right here. I have it on auto screen brightness because again, this is in a hallway and there is a light right above it. And when you walk up to it, I'm on the other side of it right now, but when you walk up to it, it kind of creates a shadow. And I noticed that causes the auto brightness to kind of pulse on this. So I did just set that to auto, or to manual rather. The one downstairs does not have that issue. And then you can set your inactive screen brightness right here. So when it goes to the idle screen, it will dim down. And then this is where you can set your idle screen. I think there's like 8 different options. You've got, weather, just a larger weather, kind of indoor quality. The one I have right there, just a giant, basically time, temperature outside, and a giant temperature inside. Kind of like a retro clock right there. Again, just a larger time with inside and outside temperature. You have a little text one that, add some text to it. Analog clock. Another analog clock with some more information. That's the only other one. And then you can also change the color of these to kind of match your liking. So if you don't want the bright white, you can change it to black. And again, this is for the idle screen, not like the screen I'm on right here. So I can change that one to white if I want to, but I like the darker black. So that is what I leave it on. And then idle screen behavior, that's where I said that right there, where you can do it on presence detection or on tap. Like I said, I leave it on tap just so it doesn't wake up every time I walk by. You can change your temperature units in here. Language. The feels like temperature is pretty cool. That actually uses the humidity level and takes that into account. So based on the humidity level and what it feels like inside, it will go off the feels like temperature and not the actual temperature. I'm in Virginia. It does get pretty humid here, especially in the summer. So it does feel kind of hot and humid. So as opposed to, maybe it feels like 75 inside, but it's really only, 72. It will actually cool based on the feels like temperature. So it makes it a little more comfortable without you having to set your thermostat lower. It just takes that kind of stuff into account, since the humidity is obviously something that is always changing. And then you can also adjust the sensor display offsets if the current display temperature or humidity levels are not accurate. So for whatever reason, there's something causing your temperatures to not be accurate, you can change the offset of the indoor temperature and humidity right there. And then we have the reminder settings. That's just where you can choose different reminders. I don't have a humidifier, dehumidifier, or ventilator. So those are all obviously just off. I mean, even the air filter is off, but you can turn that on, and that will actually remind you every 10 runtime days to change your air filter. We kind of just change those on a set schedule, so don't really need that. Adaptive recovery, that just makes sure your thermostat will reach the set temperature. If you're using like the away mode or the schedule, it will have your thermostat reach that temperature within that scheduled time. So it kind of just adapts and starts running when it needs to, depending on what the temperature difference is. Audio, this is actually a feature we'll talk about here in a second, but this is for the video doorbell. You can either use the Honeywell video doorbell, or you can use a Ring account and connect your Ring doorbell to this. So when somebody rings your doorbell, it will actually pop up here on the screen, and you can view who's at your door and speak to them through your thermostat. Temperature limits, that's just where you can set limits for minimum heating, minimum cooling, and maximum. So if you have this in like a rental, or you have kids or something like that, and you don't want them to be able to change your thermostat to some crazy temperature, you can set limits right there. And then freeze protection, if you have your thermostat off, it will still turn on the heat. Say this one's set to 50. If it hits 49 degrees, the heat will come on and run and make sure it stays to at least 50 degrees or above, regardless of your mode settings. And then you've got a screen lock there. If you need to lock the screen, you can either have full access allowed, only temperatures can be changed, or no access allowed. So again, if you're somewhere where this isn't a rental, or you have kids, or you don't want people messing with it, you can partially lock it, and you can only change the temperature. So they can't get to your settings or anything like that. And then over here, we have your advanced setup menu, so you can modify the configuration. That kind of just runs you back through the setup. We're not going to do that. Equipment test right here will let you turn on individually like your heat compressor for the heat pump, or the auxiliary heat, which is the heat strips. Emergency heat would just run the heat strips by themselves. Cooling, compressor stage 1, this is only a one-stage system, and then the fan, so you can independently run those if you're testing the system. That does bypass the protection limits. So if you try to turn this thermostat on and then you turn it off and you turn it back on, it will wait 5 minutes for compressor protection. The equipment test does bypass the equipment or the compressor protection, and it will cycle on and off every time you turn that on and off. So just be mindful of that. You don't want to do that too often. Thermostat information just shows your model name, all that information right here. If there's ever an advanced menu you need to get into that asks for a passcode or like a professional code or something like that, it is usually going to be your build code or your date code right there. On this one, it's 2602. You have your equipment status right here, which just shows you the system mode, auto. If it was in cool, it would show cool. If it was in heat, it would show heat. Cool stage 1 off, heat stage 1 off, auxiliary heat stage 1 off, and fan is idle because it's not running. And then Matter right here, it's already connected to Matter. This does have Matter support. You would get your QR code right here if it wasn't already connected, and you can scan that in a Matter supported app, and you can connect it to Matter for like HomeKit or any other Matter supported devices to connect it to that. So pretty cool. It's a really good thermostat. I don't know if you can tell here, the white balance is kind of off, but I don't know if you can tell by the ring around this one that I did have the Honeywell Lyric round thermostat before this, probably for about 8 years, and they were showing their age. They were pretty much dumb thermostats at this point because they weren't connecting to Wi-Fi anymore. It wasn't resetting to even try to reconnect it to the Wi-Fi, and it was overall just getting to be a pain in the butt. So replaced it with these, got 2 of them, one downstairs, one upstairs. Setup was very straightforward. They were both set up in about 10 minutes from taking the other one off the wall and putting this one on. Like I said, very straightforward. They seem to pretty much detect what kind of system you have automatically. The one downstairs detected that it was a 2-stage cooling system with a 1-stage heat. One thing to note is when you set these up, it will ask if you have a heat pump and what your backup heat source is. So like if you have electric heat strips, it will give you other options other than electric heat strips, but these only support electric heat strips. So if you have something other than that and you choose one of the other options, it will warn you that only electric heat strips are compatible with this thermostat. And if you have something else, that it recommends you contact a professional installer to find a compatible thermostat. So just keep that in mind. But if you have a gas system or cooling only or anything like that, you should be just fine. I will leave a link down below to where you can pick these up on Amazon. It will have an option for both the regular one like this or the one with the sensors if you want to place a sensor in another room. For example, downstairs, the master bedroom is downstairs and it's across the house from the thermostat. So the thermostat being in a more open area runs a little bit warmer, or that room will run a little bit warmer than what the thermostat is actually detecting. So at night, it does get pretty hot in that room in the winter, or pretty cold in the summer. So we use that sensor in the master bedroom to average out the temperature to kind of keep it a happy medium. Or you can use, like I said, presence detection. So when you're in there at night, it will automatically adjust the temperature for that room specifically and not the rest of the downstairs. So very nice thermostats. Overall, very happy with these. I've had them installed here for about a week and a half now. And like I said, I will leave links down in the description to where you can pick these up on Amazon. I'm Colin with Techout. Don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, and as always, have a great day.